I'm Teddy Knappen, and welcome to Gun Lawyer. My father is allowed to be on vacation and could not make it to the episode, but don't worry, he'll come back. I know we were going into details on the face of the anti-gun movement. We talked about who is truly the effective anti-gun, gun rights suppressionist of New Jersey. Everyone might just shout out, oh, Governor Murphy, obviously. I get that. However, there is one individual who has become the attack dog or spearhead of the anti-gun agenda in New Jersey and has been very effective at attacking our rights. Even now, as we have the Bruen decision, as we have many pro-gun avenues like forward where we're getting far more wins than we could have ever imagined. The one individual who has been an absolute destroyer of our rights, Attorney General Matthew J. Platkin. Now, we've talked about Platkin with his SAFE office, the statewide affirmative firearms enforcement office. Oh, it sounds really official. They have used this as a weaponization against their rights because they've already conceded the grounds of, okay, they can't win legally in terms of constitutionality because we're winning on those fronts slowly but surely. They can't win on the voice of ideas because the anti-gun arguments are immediately shut down, and the only time they can ever even attempt to pull something out is whenever there's a mass shooting and they try to blood dance. But with the Charlie Kirk assassination and the ICE attack and then every single left-wing attack, the conversation has been pivoted to mental health and highlighting those factors. So essentially, we've won in terms of the argument ideas. So they can't win on constitutionality. They can't win in the open forum of ideas. What do they have left? Well, Platkin found his avenue. We talked about how the AG had launched two suits. They were going after two gun shops, basically saying that they violated New Jersey's law. This is actually on the AG's website. He's bragging about it. Like, he's not hiding it. This is what he is doing. Attorney General Matthew Platkin announces a significant victory against Butch Gun World, a Vineland gun store that sold over 1,000 rounds of AR-15 ammunition and other gun-related products. Gun-related products. And what does that apply to? An accessory? A sling? A piece of metal? Like, what is... They just... Whatever catch-all term that they have. And without making any efforts to determine that they could lawfully possess a firearm, which... whatever, that's not how the law is applied, but, what does that fall to the Attorney General? Goes into great detail on how he just brags about it, where the SAFE office launched their attack in March of 2025 with two retailers. The one that settled, where essentially now the gun shop has to send all transactions, any gun-related transactions, they have to send to the office. So you're not only registering guns, you're not only registering ammunition, you're registering any gun-related products. This is the gun rights suppressors' wet dream, gathering their list of any and all things that are even related to guns. The one group settled, however, Butch Gun World actually tried to fight it. And I love this part of the article where Judge Robert Malestein of Superior Court of New Jersey, Chancellor's Division, rejected Butch's Gun Worlds to attempt to avoid liability. The ruling noted the facts of the case that Butch's Gun World, established by SAFE undercover investigators, were not in dispute. Okay, not in dispute. They're disputing that what they had there was legal, not that the undercovers are saying that it is illegal, and held that there was no evidence that Butch Gun World had established any controls regarding the sales of gun-related products. What controls were they required? what controls are needed for that? There wasn't anything needed for gun-related products. And this is my favorite part. The court therefore granted summary judgment in favor of the Attorney General, issued an injunction compelling Butch's Gun World to immediately comply with the firearm industry public safety law. And what is the requirements that the AG is now tacked on? Ask for a government-issued photo identification as a driver's license. Potential buyer to card or permit that lack of photo identification. Keep records of all sales of gun-related products detailing the verification's means of each sale for 3 years. Transmit those records to the safe office. And write a set of policies used to educate and train each of the staff in terms of the injunction of these posts, those written policies within the spaces of the accessibility to staff during business hours. So what does that mean? So now, this gun shop, now has to effectively report all of their sales transactions, not just guns, not just ammunition, anything that they determine to be gun-related products. And now they have to send it all to the safe office. What are they doing that? Well, obviously they're making compiling a massive registry and records, keeping track of all purchases. I wonder why they're going to do that. Something legislation leads to registration, leads to confiscation, leads to extermination. That's the game, and it doesn't go into details regarding if he's challenging the court's summary judgment. I would. Like, this is insanity for them to not be allowed. There was no dispute that everything was done legally, and that the AG is weaponizing the safe office to go after gun shops, because now they're trying to do what I love the left's term. They're trying to coin the term food desert, which, by the way, a food desert is a myth. That's ridiculous. And now they're trying to do news deserts with the defunding of PBS. Well, here's the actual strategy: gun deserts. That is their goal. Gun deserts. Fine, you can have your rights. Good luck trying to get a firearm. And they're trying to go after these shops any way they can. And this is the highlight of Plotkin's career, as there have been many things that he has done when he was appointed by Governor Murphy. This is going off of the Democrat Attorney General Association, which one heck of a group. You can just see, here are all the gun rights suppressors all listed out, and they're pushed to go after our rights. He has launched his attacks, and all this is on his website. He's bragging about his attacks. I love this. He sent a letter to Glock after suing them, a letter being issued by the city of Chicago, in that where in March Chicago had filed suits against Glock, knowing their guns can be easily adopted to make into a machine gun with the addition of an auto sear. I love how they always tote the auto sear. They always try to drag those things in every single time. Really, that's the current issue of crime that people are dealing. Yeah, the massive influx of auto sears. Yeah, that's the real problem. And the city said machine guns have become a weapon of choice for the criminals of Chicago. Not the fact that it's just a pistol, typically, like not a actual machine gun. And the letter detailing that they had sent out, basically modification to Glock handguns through the use of switches, how Glock pistols are designed to develop a function as semi-automatic, any efforts Glock may have taken in considering, and Glock's knowledge about all state and federal laws regulating the Glock switches and converting Glock machine guns, legal responsibility as a manufacturer, these guns, whether they follow the law, and financial details about Glock pistols, including profits, manufacturing, distribution costs. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, just Glock hand over all their details on who you've been selling to, who's been buying and selling Glock pistols, and keep track of those. That's always the goal. It's all about control. Yeah, and then they highlighted their suit against Glock for violating state firearm industries for New Jersey. And then, of course, he tacked himself on with 20 other attorney generals in their amicus brief on the new federal rule regarding ghost guns. Ghost guns, unserialized weapons that are often made at home, kits, parts, completely framed receivers that can be purchased without any background check. Such weapons are illegal in New Jersey. The rule would ensure that buyers pass background checks before purchasing such kits. So you see here, just trying to justify the gun control movement by going after Glock switches, ghost guns, and targeting dealers. Because that is all they have now, is they know they can't win in any other form of attacks, and now they're going to sue us out of our rights. That's the only thing left they have. So, and I also love this one too. He also spearheaded with the Safe Office to install app for legal swatting, essentially, which comes from New Jersey Health and News, which that's the whole goal. The app will be available for download on mobile devices. It allows you to submit anonymous reporting. Youth and families can anonymously request help for mental health issues, housing and food security, domestic violence. There it is. Among other concerns, the initial builds the existence of the NJDOH school-based infrastructure, already providing the opportunity to New Jersey's highest need districts. By connecting with existing youth, family wellness programs currently in New Jersey School District, Safe New Jersey will become a key element of the continuum service provided by the new NJDOH aimed at keeping students, staff, and families safe. What does that mean? So now you have anonymous reporting where someone can say something and say, oh, kid disagrees with his father, downloads the app, writes, my father is a gun owner, and we had an argument, and now you submit that, and boom, red flag. That's how they do it. They want to make it easy because that's what that's what they want to do, is to create this legalized swatting. And they always tie it to stop school violence, to improve school safety. They always highlight that. I'm waiting for when they actually can see the abuse that comes into play and see the messages that are actually posted on here. Because what? Someone says that and you're just taking a word from an anonymous post from them, and that destroys lives. And we've seen this time and time again. We've seen people where, the domestic violence, the annoy, he threw pretzels at me. That level of domestic violence. And that's how lives are destroyed. That's how rights are taken. And this is what Platkin goal. This is what he wants to do. And you see that where the whole game is that they're trying to aim for. They want to sue our rights into oblivion. And God forbid you are ever in a moment where you need to use your self-defense. Because that's the only thing else they can do. Because they'll take you to court, and more than likely they'll lose, but they don't care. They'll destroy your life. They'll tote you out there, turn you into Daniel Penny or Kyle Rittenhouse, trying to destroy your character when they were all fully justified in their actions and proven not guilty. It's something that definitely the fight goes on always when it comes to these individuals. So I think we need a cheerier note on when you are carrying and you need to prep yourselves. You guys should go out to our buddies at We Shoot. We Shoot offers the classes to get your C-Care certifications so you can get your New Jersey permit to carry. We Shoot is a range in Lakewood, New Jersey. They have fantastic facilities with great training and great pro shop. They have all kinds of deals and specials. We love We Shoot. That's where myself and my father go, and where we got our certifications. Just go there and mention Gun Lawyer, and you'll be treated like royalty. And if you don't mention Gun Lawyer, you'll still be treated like royalty. because they're the best. WeShootUSA.com is their website. Beautiful photos, and you don't want to miss the We Shoot girls that are posing with gorgeous guns. And those are the guns that they have that you can buy, and they have great deals, great sales. They can not only sell you the guns, but also teach you how to effectively use them. Check out WeShootUSA.com. WeShoot is conveniently located in Lakewood, New Jersey, right off the Parkway. You'll be glad you did it. And again, going at the legality of currently fighting the good fight against the gun rights suppressors laws that are in New Jersey, let's talk about our friends at the Association New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Club. New Jersey Rifle and Pistol Club just had a case in federal court where the appellate court gave a mixed win at the moment, but the fight isn't over. It was, we'll call it a partial victory regarding sensitive places. The carry killer bill, essentially what the status quo is at the moment, has been maintained, which is you can still carry in your vehicle. With the carjacker protection law that has still been enjoined, you can conceal carry loaded on your person with a New Jersey carry permit in your vehicle. That is still enjoined, and you can do that because, remember, the carry killer bill tried to prevent that. You can still go on your property, private property, as long as it's open to the public and not otherwise sensitive place. We lost a little bit in terms of filming locations, in terms of movie filming, in terms of transporting on public transportation. You're going to have a gun case unloaded, etc., if you're going to be riding the bus or the train. Still been enjoined. You can still going into it. However, the interesting they found is that the $200 fee that was $50 portion that goes to the state was unlawful. It's unlawful because it was to the VCB, which is the Victims Crime Compensation Board. Under case law, you cannot have a fee for a licensing not go to an actual regulatory activity. That is the purpose of the fee. So that has been knocked out. So now the price for the New Jersey carry permit is $150, and if you live in any of those towns that are refunding, such as Englishtown, which was one of the first to start it, we're seeing refunding their $150. So you can actually get the carry permit in New Jersey for free. So the fight continues. This is just one step that we go along challenging the Second Amendment oppressionist legislation so that they lay upon us. And the association is in the forefront. They are the spearhead. They are fighting for your rights. Make sure you are a member. ANJRPC.org. That is ANJRPC.org. And why not? I will shamelessly plug my father's book, which is the New Jersey Gun Law. It is the Bible of New Jersey gun law. You can get your copy of New Jersey Gun Law at evannappen.com, and you'll be glad you did it because you can keep yourself out of the gun owner gulag by familiarizing yourself with the various rights and issues that keep coming up in New Jersey. It'll help you navigate the complexity of the laws and all the traps that have been laid out by the gun rights oppressionists who try to trip you up and turn you into a criminal. You'll need to be a defender instead of a victim, especially since the police have no duty to protect you. And now you know. So the book, you'll be glad you get it. Go to evannappen.com and you'll get the big orange book. Order it now today and you'll get it. You'll scan the front cover. Make sure you get into the private subscriber base. You'll have immediate access to the archives. Stay up to date as we'll be sending out updates, and you can download the 2025 comprehensive update that includes a new standalone chapter on sensitive places when you can or cannot carry. So check it out today. And with that, press checks. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this online, and I just thought it was hilarious. I think we need a bit of levity. The Democrat nominee, known as Mikey Sherrill, I love this, went on a podcast interview. They were doing a fluff piece about New Jersey. I just highlight she's a Virginia-born congresswoman, Mikey Sherrill, and goes on there. And then, of course, New Jersey asks the question, hey, tail or ham or pork roll? So she says tail or ham. Well, first of all, she just violated federal law by calling it tail or ham. It's not tail or ham, it's pork roll. That was our most popular episode here on Gun Lawyer. But what she followed up with that is hilarious. She went and said, who eats pork roll? Not me. I think that's gross. I don't even know what it is. Oh my God. You are running for the New Jersey governor. I mean, it's the state sandwich. It's pork roll. The disconnect on this woman to say that I don't like pork roll. Pork roll is gross. Just how tone deaf do you have to be? I mean, no wonder it's so close where it's 43-43. Like, that would knock a good chunk of people out of there. It doesn't even know what it is. You know what it is? It is the taste of freedom. The last bit of freedom that is in New Jersey when you bite into a pork roll, egg, and cheese on a hard roll. That sandwich, and you just a little bit of ketchup. Got to add the ketchup. Just adds to the flavor. You got to do it. That sandwich is the very symbol and hope that is in New Jersey. And it says, oh, that's gross. And, of course, her opponent, Jack Ciattarelli, jumped on it where he says, I do. And holding, sure enough, the pork roll, egg, and cheese on a hard roll. I didn't see the ketchup, though, but I won't hold that against him. He says, you can call it tail ham or pork roll. Look, I won't hold it against him. He should just call it pork roll. But I tell this right now, if he's listening, if your campaign's listening to this, here is your ad. Mikey doesn't like it. Just bumper stickers up and down. Mikey doesn't like it, and show a picture of a pork roll. That is effective advertisements. You know, just Trump's for Kamala's for they, them, I'm for you. Mikey doesn't like it. Just put that everywhere, and that will win you the day. What are the ultimate political befuddles? How can you say pork roll is gross and you're running for the governorship of New Jersey? So we will end with the GoFu, is the gun owner F up. And this is something I'm highlighting as more of a practical rule. Count your bullets. What do I mean by that? Whenever you have to take out your firearm when you're de-gunning or if you're traveling, I highly recommend having one of those ammo cases so you can check your ammunition and see the account, because we've had too many people where they go to the range or go somewhere and they have loose ammunition that they didn't know fell out of their mag, which happens. It happens sometimes. And then, he's pulling up to a school, the loose round falls out. And it just creates a whole issue right there, and you're setting yourself up for the landmine that is New Jersey. Count your bullets. Always check your mags. Make sure you have an accurate account. Okay? That is something that you need to avoid, because if you're not, loose ammunition, bullets fall out randomly, found in pockets, found in suitcases, you're going to the airport. Count your ammunition. And with that, this is Teddy Nappen reminding that gun laws don't protect honest citizens from criminals, they protect criminals from honest citizens.
Gun Lawyer is a Counterthink media production. The music used in this broadcast was managed by Cosmo Music, New York, New York. Reach us by emailing evan@gun.lawyer. The information and opinions in this broadcast do not constitute legal advice. Consult a licensed attorney in your state.